Echoes of Us Chapter 3. Whispers in the hallways the next morning. I walked to school with one thing on my mind, or rather, one person. Robert. And just like yesterday, there he was, standing near the stairs, his usual spot. As soon as he saw me, his eyes lit up, and he called out, "Jane!" I felt my heart do a little skip. I walked toward him, trying not to smile too much. He walked me to my classroom, just like that, as if it had always been his job. We stood outside the class and talked quietly until the bell rang for line call. It was nothing much, just small talk like, "Did you finish your English homework? Did you like the food yesterday?" But I didn't care what we talked about. Just talking to him made the whole day feel better. After line call, we all went to our respective classes. And then it came, the one class I dreaded the most. Alternative English language class. The teacher for this subject was known across campus for her strictness. She never smiled. She never joked. She walked into class like a soldier marching into battle. We all sat up straight when she entered. Nobody whispered. Nobody dared to blink too loud. And if your attention drifted even slightly, she'd call out your full name in front of the entire class. It was terrifying. So I tried my best to look alive and interested. But inside, all I was thinking was, 2 more periods and it's lunchtime. How many minutes left till lunch? It felt like the clock had slowed down, like every tick took longer than the last. I caught myself smiling for no reason, just thinking about sitting beside him again, sharing rice and vegetables, and maybe, just maybe, hearing him call my name again. Then finally, lunchtime came. The bell hadn't even stopped ringing, and I was already out of my seat. I practically skipped down the hallway. I was heading toward the cafeteria when I saw a tall, familiar figure walking toward me from the other end. Robert. He smiled as soon as he saw me. I smiled back, maybe too widely. Without saying much, we fell into step beside each other and walked to the cafeteria together. The place was noisy and filled with students already forming lines, but we managed to find a spot at one of the tables near the window. We sat down with our lunch trays. Today it was dal, rice, and fried potato slices. I was happy. No vegetables to fight with today. I was just about to ask him something. I don't even remember what, when a girl suddenly appeared beside our table. She was from the commerce stream, I think, pretty, with neat hair and sweet smile. She smiled shyly at Robert and handed him a small folded note. Then she walked away. I watched silently as he stared at the note in his hand. He didn't open it immediately. He just held it there on the table for a moment. I tried to act like I wasn't looking, like it didn't matter. But it did. Something about that little paper made my chest feel tight. I knew what it meant. Everyone knew what folded notes meant in high school. I looked down at my plate, and suddenly the food didn't taste so good anymore. But I didn't say anything. I didn't ask. I just smiled a little, forced myself to chew, and kept my eyes on my tray. Maybe it was nothing, I told myself. Maybe he'll throw it away. Maybe it doesn't mean anything. But still, that tiny, silent paper said more than I was ready to hear. After lunch, my mood had completely shifted. I walked beside Robert like a shadow, silent, quiet, and a little distant. Not because I wanted to be, but because my thoughts were louder than anything he could say. Who was she? Was she prettier? Smarter? More interesting? I didn't even know her name, but that tiny folded note had taken up too much space in my mind. Robert noticed. He slowed his pace and looked at me. "You're so quiet all of a sudden," he said gently. "Is something wrong?" I looked up and forced a smile. "No, Elite. Everything's fine." But my heart was not fine. It was sitting like a rock in my chest, heavy and unsure. We kept walking. And then, without warning, he took the note out of his pocket. He unfolded it and read it right in front of me. His expression didn't change. Curious and unable to help myself, I asked quietly, "So, what will you do about it?" He glanced at me, then back at the paper. Without hesitation, he said, "I'll reject her. I already have someone I like." My heart stopped for a second. My breath caught in my throat. I looked away, hiding the faint heat rising in my cheeks. A part of me felt relieved, like a gentle wave washing over my worries. But then a new worry replaced it. Who does he like? I couldn't ask. I didn't dare. So I nodded and said nothing, pretending like it didn't matter. But my steps felt lighter, and the weight on my chest began to ease just a little. I snuck a glance at him from the side. He looked calm, unfazed, like always. My gloomy face had softened, not fully smiling yet, but no longer stormy. Still, my heart whispered a quiet question I didn't dare speak out loud. Is it me? Or is it someone else? Chapter 4 coming soon. Please like and subscribe.